I think
making us play a 94-minute techies game.
I think these are the two teams as well that, along with like Vici, I think are obviously going to be the three strongest in this tournament as well. You would have to probably say before the tournament started, at least, right?
Hmm.
From what we've seen as well, I think is anybody else up to them at the moment? Because I was hoping maybe eHome would be, but they played really poorly yesterday. I was thinking maybe Asta could be up there as well, but we didn't really see that from them either.
Hmm.
So, oh, we get a Wisp this time.
Yeah,
Interesting.
and so Elephant banned this techies, and I was wondering if they were going to stick to the trend of banning techies because obviously they had to play that 94-minute game against them, but we haven't seen anybody who's played LGD yet ban the techies. It's been free for LGD to pick every single game that they've played so far. So Elephant probably just don't want a 94-minute game. They don't want to deal with that, and with that ban, that allows the Wisp to get through, and LGD now have that with the Sven, and immediately Elephant try to counter with an Ancient Apparition if that's going to be enough. We've seen Sven; it's very strong. It takes a lot to beat this guy.
I think if you were prepping for them in a best of five final, like we've talked about before, I think you let the
Mm-hmm.
techies through and you have to beat it. But in a series like this in the group stage, if you want them to play Wisp instead, and like you try and see if you can beat them when they're playing Wisp,
Mm-hmm.
sure, why not? Like this AA is something that people have been picking into Wisp like quite a lot. And they get Slada. Cool.
And that's a hero that's been banned out in the second phase quite a bit. I really enjoy watching that hero. I think he definitely gives you a shot to beat this Sven when he's taking away a lot of that armor, and then you're jumping in with, say, maybe Jug or Phantom Assassin. We'll see if the PA gets through. It's definitely one of those like, oh, you've picked Slardar, you're probably gonna pick Phantom Assassin, right? So we're gonna just make sure you can.
Because that's the thing, right? Like these Svens can fight up against PAs and things when they have War Crown because they gain that bonus armor. But if they're getting
Mm-hmm.
taken it back off them again because of Corrosive Haze, then shouldn't theoretically that mean they can never fight these other like big carries?
Mm-hmm.
Um, I think Slardar as well is like one of these offlaners that when you're laning against these melee heroes, you're always going to have a good time. Like it's probably going to be Jinky playing Wisp, I would assume. I mean, it could be Innocence as well, obviously. So Jinky might start in the off lane and then like rotate to shift to play with the Sven in like the mid game of things, so that when he's
Mm-hmm.
flash farming jungle and things, obviously you have that overcharge to play with. So I'm interested to see what LGD pick with the Wisp in the off lane, assuming it is Jinky playing the 4 Wisp.
And it has been him playing the Wisp from what we've seen, right?
Yeah, like 90% of the time, I'm pretty sure. I,
Yeah.
I feel like if you're playing Wisp though and always playing it pos 4, you're like shooting yourself in the foot though, right? Because I feel like it can play that 4 and 5 role.
Yeah, for sure. I'm a little surprised it's been Morphling Drow up to this point. Like, do you give away the Phantom Assassin in this situation? Thinking that you can beat it?
Hmm. Yeah, I'm not sure. I think morphs are fine, but like Drow's definitely an okay ban though as well. I think Morphling maybe I wouldn't be quite so sold on, but I think the Drow definitely. But they're both okay. Like what else? You're not banning like spectral things. Like maybe Void could be annoying
Mm-hmm.
as well. So, but the thing is that even if you ban PA, there's so many different options still.
I'm actually surprised they went Enchantress. They went Enchantress Beastmaster as their bans. Are they are they thinking about picking up a Chen here as like a Chen Ancient Apparition support duo?
No, no, no. I don't think. I mean, maybe they could, but I think that Ench is just an interesting one in general because, like we've said, the Chinese teams don't really rate that hero massively. So
No, not at all.
the Ench is really good against Slada in the lane though, because you can purge off the sprint. We've seen this before. And the Beastmaster is just very good to set up for relocating things as well. Like obviously it works well with the Sven in general, like as that
Mm-hmm.
steroid hero because you like build Solar Crest and things as well.
Just trying to check if they play Chen and who they play it as, or if it's the 4 or the 5. Mm, yeah,
Hmm.
they've only played it 2 times, and it's usually Red Panda who plays it. So I don't think that that's most likely to be the pick. I guess
I
just
like the Viper band though. We saw them play that Viper really well yesterday. Just don't give it to them.
There was a hilarious comment on Reddit yesterday. It was completely with like how we were talking about it. Somebody was just like, "Oh my god, that level 25 Viper talent is so strong. I can't believe he picked that." And then the next guy was just like, "You mean the Nether Toxin silences? Yeah, that one's super strong. The other one's total garbage." And that was all I saw. I didn't see if anybody responded to that because it was not the Nether Toxin silences. It was the poison attack effects
That
buildings,
was
and it was just
so funny.
hilarious.
That was so
And
funny. Probably one of my favorite moments of our casting, in that we were just so sure he was going to take the silencer's talent, and then just out of nowhere. My favorite part was when he was like alternating between the two buildings to which one to attack for
yeah,
maximum
min
efficiency.
maxing.
Yeah, that was
He,
great.
he was having the ultimate efficiency. So they do go to the Phantom Assassin on Elephant.
They have to have known
I,
that was coming, right?
yeah, I like this trio so far from Elephant, though. This seems like it could definitely shut down a Sven.
For sure. But then, I mean, I still see something like Batrider in the pool potentially for LGD being really strong,
Mm-hmm.
or like Timbersaw. They give it the Lesh. Okay. So, personally, I think they might be looking towards Omni Knight on LGD. I think could be interesting as the anti-physical damage hero, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it obviously works really well with the Lesh as well. I think Abaddon is another one that potentially they could look to work with. Because I feel like when they pick this Lesh, these teams, they like the China team feels like they always have like this enabling hero to play with it.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like they very rarely pick it blindly.
Omni Knight would fit the fact that the Wisp for LGD is normally the 4. You throw the Omni Knight in the 5. Doesn't need to be in the 5. It could be a 3. But we rarely have seen that Omni in the 3. I think the only time we saw it was like Faith Beyond played it.
I like the Lesh in the sense though that you're going to have this mixed damage against the PA as well.
Mm-hmm.
So like even so when you hit this mid game timing, the Sven can do this huge amounts of physical damage. Lesh deals huge amounts of magical damage. So it's like, well, who are Elephant going to be maximizing? Like who are they wanting to be going on first in fights? Interesting. Well, they get Bloodseeker. So Bloodseeker's cool. It's obviously a hero that makes PA's game a lot harder. Because that hero relies on mobility to get her damage off.
Mm-hmm.
So obviously if you rupture up the PA, she's like limited to the mobility she can do. Otherwise, if she's just going to take damage from rupture, which sucks for her. I didn't expect the Bloodseeker to come, but that counts. That's almost like that enabling hero that we talked about, though, right? Like I thought it was going to be a support, but the Bloodseeker is kind of like this third core that you go for, like Solar Crest Pipe, etc. Like whatever items your team needs, and then you just buff up these two cores that are sitting at the front and doing huge amounts of damage. And the Bloodseeker is just like throwing spells in the backline the whole time, just doing its own thing. And then, yeah, I'm assuming they need to last pick a support, which is cool. Interesting that Undying's made it all the way through, and LGD didn't take it.
Yeah, they've prioritized that hero quite a bit. I don't think that they should have picked it first or second or anything here, but it's definitely one of those heroes in this 5th pick to watch out for. But what would the lane's not going to be Bloodseeker Wisp, is it?
Yeah, I think it could be. Unless they put Jinky with the Sven in the safe lane and then pick a different... I haven't seen them do that before, though. It's the only thing. I think Jinky nearly always plays it in the off lane, and then they pick a different support hero to lane with their carry, and then they kind of like make that rotation naturally early on. I'm Shadow Shard. So maybe they do think it's Wisp 5.
Mm-hmm.
Because they do still need like this relocate setup, I think. Bloodseeker and Lesh aren't really the two heroes that do that. It could be Bloodseeker 4 as well. We should probably mention that. We've seen, who was it that played Bloodseeker 4? I think it was an EU game I cast recently. I think it was Spider Pigs. I can't remember.
I don't see that in my mind as a game we've cast from China. I try to close my eyes for a second and think, but I don't remember it off the top of my head. I like the Invoker ban. We've been talking about this hero a lot and how much it adds. And how many of the Chinese mid players can just dominate with this hero as well.
Yeah, it's really good with the PA. Obviously, it's like You buff up with the Slardar Crest of Haze, you buff up with the Alacrity, and you just run at people.
So they banned the Shadow Shaman and the Windrunner, thinking that Innocence is going to be on the Wisp. I'm going to take a look at LGD's recent matchups just to double check that. And they go Earth Spirit. So yeah, so unless it's going to be Innocence on the Earth Spirit, then they're moving the Wisp, which is normally played by Jinkyu, to the 5.
Which I like, though. I think that's really good.
Mm-hmm.
It's just not what I've seen them do before. Because that was my problem with it before, that every time you knew Jinkyu was going to be playing that kind of hero, like you go for like mech ags, you build it like almost like a 4th core. But I think it does have that ability to just be the play the number 2 to Sven effectively.
Yeah, it's been pretty exclusively Jinkyu who plays that hero.
Do we think they're going to play this Snapfire mid or as a 4, by the way?
I
assume it's 4, but...
Yeah, I would say a 4. You have a good amount of options still for mid. You could see like a Kunkka if you wanted. I'm wondering what else would they be willing to do. Would they want a Queen of Pain, or is that just not a hero that's going to perform well against this lineup?
I don't think it does enough this game.
Mm-hmm.
I'm wondering just how greedy they want to go with their mid, if they're playing like PA Slardar as well. I think it could end up... I think they need like a little bit of catch is the big thing for me. Oh my god.
So will be, and they go Nyx Assassin, which is a hero we rarely see. Wow. So
cool.
4-position Nyx Assassin, or at least it should be, unless they throw like the Sardar 4.
B-Cup. I had a conversation with... I can't remember who it was recently. There was a couple of people saying that what are heroes?
It was me.
I don't talk to you ever. Like, you should see it, guys. When we finish casting, that's it. We never talk again. And then the next day, look at that face. Oh, poor guy. Anyway, I was having a conversation saying, do you remember how we talked about the Magnus was really popular before? Mm-hmm. What are heroes that make Magnus' game hard? And we used to have that theory crafting conversation about Omni. I had the same thing about Lesh the other day with other people. And I was saying, like, this Nyx, in theory, is so good against Lesh. Like, it's this AoE damage that you can pop with the Carapace, right? So you can set up for, like, stuns and things, and it would be really good. The mana burn's insanely good against Lesh as well. But the problem is Nyx feels like such a hard hero to make work at the moment. Like, obviously, I think most of them go, like, Meteor Hammer and stuff. I'd love to see what his skill build's going to be this game as well, because I feel like Max Carapace is, like, probably like something like 1-2-4 or, like, 2-2-4. Is something that I see a decent amount of. But again, like max mana burn could be really interesting against the Lesh, going like 1-4-1 or something weird. But like max stun tends to be the farming build to help you get towards your items on time. So I literally have no idea what he's going to do.
Yeah, it'd be like max stun into the Meteor Hammer. Like, what's the build going to be item-wise as well? Is it still going to be that Meteor Hammer? Is he going to go for something else?
But look at
it's good against multiple heroes, though, in this game. It's... great against this Bloodseeker. It's good against this Leshrac. Like, you can definitely see this Nyx Assassin has a lot of potential. It's a hero that has become ultra situational, and here's the situation that it looks like it's going to have the best success in.
It's just 3 cores with AoE damage. Like, Bloodright, Cleave, Pulse Nova, or Edict, whatever. So, I love Nyx. It's one of my most played heroes. I think it's awesome. I think it's just difficult to win with at the moment.
Definitely agree.
Oh, and they're going to put the AA with the Slardar and the Nyx with the PA. Okay.
I kind of like that, though. Well, early Chilling Touch with Bash of the Deep. And then level 2, you get the Slither Crush as well as the Cold Feet.
Mm-hmm.
It's a pretty disgusting combo.
This Bloodseeker Earth Spirit. I was going to say Earthseeker. That's definitely not a hero. Earth Spirit Bloodseeker, a really strong lane because you take the Boulder Smash at level 1 on the Earth Spirit, and then when you lay the Bloodright down, you just send the Boulder at them at the same time, right? And then they get slowed up. They take loads of Bloodright damage as well. It's like what 105 magic damage on top of 120 pure damage, which is AoE, pretty crazy. Just shove the lane in. Get your level 2 first. Do whatever you want.
It's similar to what was I going to say? It's similar to
Tiny.
the Windrunner Bloodseeker lane, where it's like can you get out of the blood right? Power shots coming your way. Can you get out of the blood right? Boulder Smash is coming your way. Although I think Boulder Smash is probably the lead on that, right? Yeah. Into the blood right.
Yeah. But the two melee heroes I think of to play with Bloodseeker in the lane are the Earth Spirit and the Tiny. Because not only are they really good in the lane, like you can avalanche the blood right as well, but then they both have these mobility manipulating spells in like toss and kick. So if somebody gets ruptured in the mid game, you can just like kick them away and things, and like do damage. Which could actually be really good this game up against the PA. All right, you ready for this chat interaction, B-Cop? It's not a 1 or a 2 though.
Oh, is it A or B?
It's not. Like it's an open question this time. No longer what is everybody's favorite level 30 line on the heroes?
Ooh, I think there's a lot of people who haven't looked at what level 30 lines are available.
If you don't know what they are, guys, go and have a look. My favorite one is Morphling. Have you seen that, B-Cop? The level 30 Morphling?
I have not.
Okay, level 30 Morphling. H2 owned.
Ooh. That's a good one.
How good is that?
The Meepo one's pretty good.
Oh, what's the Meepo one?
I guess size ain't everything. And then just a bunch of... And then it's... it is. I actually really like that one. But we're never going to see a Meepo Grandmaster in a pro game for a while.
Not at the moment, no. Next patch, hopefully.
If they buff him again, he needs a buff, right? He's just been... He feels like he's in a bad spot right now.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of heroes that do okay against Meepo at the moment, though, as well.
I'd like to see Spirit Breaker back into the meta.
Pudge, dude, I'm telling you. Pudge is the one that I want to see that is genuinely viable. It's been awful for so long. That hero is really hard to balance, though, like, between pub games and pro games.
Oh, that's such a good line. And there I go. Psych. That's a good one. What is Pudge's level 30?
I bet it's awful.
Oh, kidneys. Kidneys is nice.
Yeah, that's not good.
It's okay.
H2 owned is just so good though.
Yeah, I think H2 owned is pretty solid. Although, do I have to say H2 owned?
Yes.
Okay. Like stealing candy. The Necro one's okay. Oh, this is sick.
Oh, what are the Phoenix and Wisp ones? What beeps are they?
Oh yeah, I think those are the only ones. Those are the best ones, probably by far.
Ominous beeps. Oh my god.
Are they?
Yeah. And Battle Squawk.
Battle Squawk might be great.
No, it's not that good. It's not that good.
What are you talking about?
Come on, guys. Chat. We need to investigate. Help us. My god. Why are they...
I like Battle Squawk. Who do you think would have like a really... I think Lion might have a good level 30. If I had to guess on somebody, I would say it's Lion.
Lion.
Right?
Let's have a look.
When you get to hell, tell them I sent you. That's a great line.
That's okay. Yeah. I like that one. How did this happen? What's my Rubik level 30? Oh, yeah. Yoink. Never mind. Awful.
That could be good situationally.
No, it's just Yoink.
Yeah, that could be good situationally.
Just steal Black Hole, you just cast it. I don't know, dude. It's not fun.
Ancient Apparition one is no shard feelings. That one's okay.
That's pretty good.
Although, Rubik is my closest to 30. He's at 10.
Oops. Oh yeah, you're almost there then.
Yeah. You know, a couple more games and I'll be there.
Oh, that's a great comment in the chat, actually. Who remembers Bloodseeker and Earth Spirit by Doobie at TI7? What a combo that was. They used to love picking that.
back in the day.
To battle.
Which one? Who do I think would have a really, really good one? Level 30 line. There was one I had in my head. Maybe Ogre would have a good level 30 line. Oh, skill shut. No luck at all.
The battle begins.
Do you see this wisp?
I do.
Just a floating jack-o'-lantern.
I hate it so much.
I was
It
gonna
looks
say I kind of
ridiculous.
like it.
But why? Like, it's quite funny though.
So Ame and Innocence up towards top. Let's see how this goes. Somebody said they liked the level 30 Jug.
I
Chat
haven't seen
interaction.
what it
It's
is.
always exciting. I'm always a big fan of chat interaction. Innocence is going to take a lot of damage up here with Chilling Touch, as well as Bash to the Deep if he's not too careful.
Yeah, I don't know if you saw this bot lane as well. FY took Carapace at level 1 to just reflect the blood right damage every time. It's quite cool.
Yeah. Well, Spike Carapace only 40 mana, so you can definitely do that every single time.
I mean, we talk about, 70 mana for 120 pure damage is pretty good. Yeah, technically, FY can do it for 40 mana, so I respect that.
It's like, oh, you think you have efficiency? I don't know about that. I've got the efficient damage per mana.
Oh, Jinky got a pull off in the bot lane, though.
Is this going to be a game where Bloodseeker can sustain well enough in lane where Jinkyu finds it possible to kind of rotate around the map as much as we see Earth Spirits do?
I think so. Like, Bloodseeker is just one of those heroes in general that's, innately really strong. Has 6 base armor to work with at this level 2. Like, you can have the inbuilt regen because I'm thirst. And the Nyx can't really stop you from farming either. Like, they don't have great kill potential with Nyx PA. So when like Bloodseekers are like level 3 or something, they'll probably just leave them alone. If they feel like they need to.
To go cold feet with the Chilling Touch. Doing a lot of damage up here on Ame.
Yeah, I hate playing against AA in lane. This Blightstone's really good as well. Amps up his damage and the Slardar's damage really well. Like, spend 5 base armor to work with right now, but going down to 3, you can still get chased down.
That's when, you start going Midas. First item, Ancient Apparition, after that Blightstone. Pick up a Deso, Ags. Do your thing.
Yeah.
Of course. Yeah.
I'm glad
Obviously,
we
you're a
get to
big
see
fan
two mid snap fires in a row though, like yesterday and today, because you were smack talking that hero, dude. I don't. You saying you didn't? You saying you didn't like the mid snap fire, and
Yeah.
you can't say that.
Did it even win mid yesterday? No.
Oh yeah, it owned.
Did it?
It didn't win the game, but it owned mid.
Won the RNG Vici game?
Mm-hmm.
Did it own though?
Yeah. Pika, why aren't you a believer? That bot lane, they're going on Faith Beyond.
They're trying at least. He's down to about 100 health. Pop a salve, he'll be okay. Stay in the lane.
This lane stage is going really well for Radiant at the moment.
Yeah.
For Elephant. I'm still not used to
21
saying
and
for
4.
Elephant
Wow.
as a team name. They were 4
Were you
AM for
used to
so
saying
long.
4 a.m.?
Yeah.
They were 4 a.m. for like a month.
Yeah, but they've been Elephant for less than that.
That's true. But it's not like 4 a.m. was just locked in my brain. My
But
cerebrum.
the thing is, they were known as 4 AM even before they formed, right? Like, that was the hype name. That was built
Yeah,
up
that
around
was
them.
the rumor.
Talentless.
That's a good one. That Nyx Assassin talentless one. You could throw that out a lot. quick pause. This is, you know, uncharacteristic. We don't see a lot of these pauses
No,
in China games.
we've done pretty well this tournament actually, with not many pauses.
Yeah. Ooh, quick reconnect. Just trying to think if I had enough time to open my window.
I'd love to see this Earthstrip make a rotation towards mid when Lesh hits the level 6 mark, though. The same for possibly the Nyx. I think it's important FY is able to like mirror the movements.
Well, nobody actually went mid, right? For the 4-minute rune. Picked up by Nothing to Say. Which is, I would say, rare, considering both these mids have a bottle.
It is rare, but at the same time, I think these side lanes are so volatile. Like, I think if one of the supports leaves the side lanes, the core will die. Like, even the Bloodseeker, I think, at this point, this Nyx does a lot more damage than I thought he did.
It's already at that level 4, throwing the blood right down, looking to get that 5-minute bounty rune. And the stun lands, but the stun is a little bit late. So that should be 3 bounty runes for LGD.
Pretty sure they got 3 last time as well, so...
Bash the deep, cold feet, slithering crush. Is he gonna freeze over? Ooh, just walked out of the range.
If he'd have frozen over there, he would have definitely died, because they had another bash to follow.
Only a level 1 cold feet, so it's a 2-second stun duration, but he would have been dead for sure. Just throwing the Stormhammer, and I'm surprised, yeah, cold feet coming out, but not going to play aggressive, not going to throw like a bash to the deep slither crush combo on him. They're bringing a third over bottom in the Lestrak because he's got the haste. Going Boulder in with the Boulder Smash. Euro's in trouble, has the Pulse Nova going, and they stay on top of the Phantom Assassin. Jukes over, goes towards FY, gets into the trees. Jinsu and Faith Beyond, they're going to spot him. They'll get first blood. Faith Beyond's got that. They look over. Somnus now dead, and it looks like Red Panda might fall, but a good freeze over on Nothing to Say with cold feet. They also land the stun. It's not going to be enough damage, though, to get the kill. Spike Carapace, Red Panda finally dying to Nothing to Say. 3 heroes dead here. Looks like they might even get FY if they're not too careful. And all of a sudden, LGD take a 3-0 over bottom.
This Leshrak just absolutely murdered every single one of those heroes. He did how much damage? 2,388.
Radiant's middle tower
That's
is under
unbelievable, like 6 minutes into the game. Now he's back again because he picked up an illusion rune.
They're going to go for Eurus. The roll isn't going to land, but they've got the Geomagnetic Grip with the Boulder Smash, so he can't use that Phantom Strike to jump, but finally when the silence wears out, he's able to jump back. He might be dead again, but Nothing to Say taking a lot of damage. Needs to be a little bit careful. This tower's still hitting him. They need to take the aggro off, and they finally do. Eurus and FY fall. It's 5-0 in favor of LGD. They get a couple more kills down here bottom.
Top lane is on.
Meanwhile, top, they're going to get yanked. So now it's 6-0 in favor of LGD.
Yeah, that aggro control from LGD under the tower there was really good. Massively well played by them. And this game's starting to just get out of control now all of a sudden. Like, that double death on the PA sets Eurus so far back. Like, he's just about to hit level 5. Bloodseeker's level 6.5. It reminds me of that Void double death we had yesterday.
Yeah.
It's not quite as bad because it's not as early on, but even, like, the PA's going to come back to lane and have to deal with Rupture. And she's, like, almost level 5. It's not going to go well.
Now, that is already a 3k lead. And you take a look at where everybody stands in terms of net worth now, and it is very much in favor of LGD. That's the thing, now you've got this Wisp, you can move Ame into the jungle. Innocence, is he trying to deny his own Observer? Okay.
Yeah, I guess he saw them put a sentry down, so just doesn't want to give them the gold. That sentry's really fresh, like you can see they've just placed it.
Yeah. Interesting.
Radiant's bottom
So they're
tower
losing their
is
bot
under
tier 1
attack.
here on Elephant, but they're trying to pressure top side of the map at the same
Radiant's
time.
bottom tower has
It's,
fallen.
it's a 4k net worth
Dire's
lead
top
now.
tower is under
Yeah, the
attack.
TPs are available for LGD as well, so we'll see if they want to come up towards top and defend us. It doesn't look like it as they're shifting away the Sven and the Wisp from the tier 1 tower, and they're just going to give it up, but
Are fortified.
I believe they want to potentially put the pressure on over mid and take the mid tier 1 as well.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Yeah, giving up the mid tier 1 and your bottom tier 1 is certainly going to be an issue. They're going to roll in. They'll find themselves the Nyx Assassin. Warner's Kisses is out, but they're going to get the kill on the Red Panda as well as FY. They look over at Somnus, who can't land these kisses. Southern Crush comes in. They get the kill on
Get the
Ahmed.
Sven.
So Yang gets that kill. Rupture used. Blood right down. Yang in some trouble. He gets silenced. Faith Beyond on the chase. Bash to the deep, but the damage is there. They get the kill on Yang, and now they'll look over at Somnus with the Geomagnetic Grip and the Boulder Smash. They've slowed up Somnus, and they should be able to chase him down and get the kill with the Fire Stamp Quickie to get some damage, or distance, sorry. And Somnus will eventually fall.
I mean, nothing to say.
Ooh,
Just
Eurus.
owning. What is Eurus doing now?
Boulder Smash and the Geomagnetic Grip. Nice two-man stun coming in from FY.
Yes,
Eurus, he
Tarvis.
still might just get run down. I don't think you want to make the jump there.
And they're just not ready to fight yet on the Radiant side. Like, this Sapphire's going Axe, and we've seen this hero before it gets Axed, feels really sad.
Radiant's top
Like, obviously, it's
tower
such a
is
massive
under
power
attack.
timing on the hero. Like, Slardar has Treads, Gloves of Haste. You know, he doesn't even, like, he's not going drums or anything. Like, he wants his straight blink because he knows that they're, like, falling behind now. And PA definitely can't fight.
Yeah. They were able to get that kill onto the Sven, but look at this. They're already up 7,000.
Yeah, and this Wisp is about to have mech as well, which I think is the biggest thing in the game at this point. Because when he gets this mech, like, the amount of work he's going to do, and they're going to be able to get with, like, pickoffs and just going 5-man. Like, they could just force objectives down with this Lesh and with the mech.
They've given Innocence this open lane mid, too.
Alright, if they've got mech, there's an Atos coming out on the Bloodseeker. Lesh has Yules. I think they're really strong at this point. I feel like they should just carry on running at them.
I'm not really certain how I see if Elfin can fight into this.
Like, there's an Ancient stack for the Sven to take whenever he wants as well. Looks like he's going to head over there.
They're smoked up bottom. With this Rod of Atos, they might be able to find a kill. They should be able to do so. They've got Blood right down, Rod of Atos. They won't get the silence, but the Boulder Smash is there as well as the Geomagnetic Grip. Now they use the Rupture. Yules up into the air. They'll land the stun coming out from Nothing to Say with the Pulse Nova. Scatter Blast will do some damage, but not enough to survive, and they've got another kill on a Somnus. Doing a lot and just keeping the pressure on. Now they're looking for Yang. Magnetized Geomagnetic Grip, so they've got the relocate in. They have the damage, and Yang, nothing he can do. He is dead again. It is 12-1 in favor of LGD, and pre-game, I definitely didn't think this is the outcome we were going to see this early on into game one.
I was not expecting this at all. And, like, they're just all over them like a bad rash. Like, honestly, they're just everywhere right now. And because this is what I was saying with Nyx before. This hero doesn't, like, at this point in the game, the Earthstrike could do such a huge amount more with his damage output and things. Like, the Nyx is more about control and, like, finding pickoffs around the map with Vendetta and things. But he's gaining information with Vendetta and trying to find pickoffs, but nobody wants to play with him. They need, like, this AAL to land on top of Vendetta +1, and then they can get, like, one hero picked off. They're not going to, like, win a team fight off of it.
Yeah. You need to be careful. Ame with the Spike Carapace threw the Stormhammer out, just running right at this Nyx Assassin.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
And this top tower is not going to last long.
Radiant's top tower has fallen. Radiant
And this
are
is
scanning.
quite the lead already.
Radiant's
Obviously,
top tower
Phantom
is
Assassin,
under
you get to a
attack.
point and anything's possible, but that point for a Phantom Assassin, at least at this point in the game, is very far away.
They're going to smoke up on the Lesh as well with the Earth Spirit. I think they have relocate up again as well, so whoever they find, it can just instantly turn into 4 people rather than 2.
Going Boulder, Geomagnetic Grip with the Magnetize once again. They spot Yang, Slithering Crush is out, but the Stormhammer is in. Nothing to say, gets the kill onto Yang, and they are fighting so deep on the Radiant side already. And I mean, they were fighting here earlier too.
Is it me, or is it when these like really strong teams play against each other, they bring the best out of each other? Because this is the best we've seen LGD. Oh, I've seen LGD play in a while, I think. Like, obviously, they've always been really good, but like, it feels like they're trying so hard. Which I know
think they're proving a point with this game right now. Yeah, for sure. And I like this draft from Elephant. I didn't think it was going to get just steamrolled in the moment.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
I truthfully didn't.
It's just like when we saw them play against IG the other day, LGD, like they looked good. Like, they looked good, but they didn't look like amazing. They were making some silly mistakes and things. But this game, like I know it's easy to say they look good because they're stomping early on, but like they just look on a different level. Like they're so active, they're willing to just play the map so quickly. He is going 2-1-4 on Nyx, I think, as well. Max in the Carapace first.
Question is, will that matter?
Okay, so let's talk about good things for Elephant. So Eurus almost has Battle Fury on the PA, which is great. I think when the Axe comes out from the Snapfire, they're going to have good damage output as well. Like, you can throw the Slardar in, you can throw the Nyx in, whoever you want.
You can, but like, is that point in the power spike for Elephant enough? You're down now a multitude of items, like Lestrak going for Ags, Sven about to have this BKB, Bloodseeker's working on his. These heroes have a lot of gold. They're going into their second big items. Stun lands, rolling boulders out. Boulder smash hits on both heroes. They get the kill on a Red Panda as well as Yang. Really well done by Jinkyu. He is showing up on this Earth Spirit. Stifling Dagger Thunder the Lestrak. Now they're going to go in onto the Earth Spirit. Wintermere's Kiss is coming down. He ends up surviving a little bit longer. Geomagnetic Grip. They've got the silence on it too. Can he walk out of this? No. Somnus, though, taking a lot of damage, as is Eurus. They get the kill onto the Snapfire. They look over at Eurus, who's trying to chase down Nothing to Say, but doesn't have the damage to do so. They've got the kill onto 4. They'll end up losing just the Earth Spirit. They're happy with this. They're going to go for the tier 2 top and take it.
Honestly, that fight wasn't even that bad for Elephant considering how far behind they were. Like, I thought that was going to get much worse. But obviously, definitely not a good fight. I mean, the BKB just completely changes things now as well. Sven didn't even have to use it. But, yeah, it just makes the game ridiculously hard. And again, it's like this whole mech on the Wisp as well. Like, Earth Spirit survived for so long. He's going Yules as well. I completely forgot about the Carapace against the Earth Spirit as well. Like, he's good against all 3 cores and the Earth Spirit.
Just doesn't feel as good when you're down 14,000.
Yeah, I mean, obviously the big kill of this game was in that bot lane around the tier 1. Like, Leshki comes in with a haste rune, gets like 4 kills because they all TP in 1 by 1. And then gets an illusion rune, comes back again, kills the PA, and it's like, oh. Okay.
Yeah.
Now we're like really far behind. The power of Lesh. Oh, vampire fangs. Good, good.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Just look at how far ahead the Sven is. Yeah, I mean, why not? They don't need God Strength to win these fights. They can literally just go in.
They have Act Snapfire now, though, as well, which is really good on Radiant. And they have Slardar Blink. They have the Battle Fury. So they've like hit a round of item timings here where they might actually be able to try and do some damage. Yes, they're really far behind, but it doesn't mean they can't like kill a hero or 2 maybe.
Gobble up. Spit out into the Roche Pit. That lands onto the Sven. They'll use this Ice Blast. Mortimer's Kiss is coming in as well, but there's the BKB getting popped. They've got the Spike Carapace. That's going to lock up Nothing to Say for a moment. They've got the Yules. They get the kill on a Red Panda. They'll use that Rupture. They've taken out FY2 heroes dead on the side of Elephant. Rolling Boulder, Geomagnetic Grip. The Boulder Smash comes out. They'll get the kill on Yang. They've taken out 3. It's a triple kill here for Ame. They'll continue to chase. They've got the Blood right down. They look over at Somnus, and now it's not looking like he's going to get far enough away with the Rod of Atos as well as the Stormhammer. It's an ultra kill for Ame. Eurus is nowhere near the fight. Otherwise, Ame might have had a rampage. and they lose nothing on the side of LGD.
Yeah, the Sven, just with the BKB, instantly turns the fight. Like, a lot of the damage they have on Radiant side is magical, so... Like, because they got so far ahead early on, he's managed to get this really good BKB timing. He's just tearing them apart.
Oh, that's fine Carapace with the rolling boulder. They've got the split earth. Lockdown is way too much for him to handle, and they're going to get FY as well as Red Panda. 23-2.
I honestly think they're just going to call it. I'm surprised they're still in the game, honestly. Like, if they wanted to try and take the win, then, you know, fair enough. Okay, they find the Bloodseeker in the back line.
Yeah, but you're losing your mid set of racks in the moment. Southern Crush. Corrosive Haze, but Yang might have made a mistake. Fire Snap Cookie to try and get some distance. The Boulder Smash ends up missing. Combo up, spit out.
FY.
Yule's in the BKB. FY now in no man's land. Lands the stun. Gonna say tethered up, so he's okay. Cold feet out on a Jinkyu as well as the right clicks, but he's gonna roll, find some distance. Stifling Dagger. They're still trying to chase. Fire Snap Cookie. That's gonna land, but the Split Earth is there as well as the Stormhammer. They've got the damage to take out FY. Stifling Dagger again on a Jinkyu, but it's not gonna get the crit and it won't have the damage to get the kill.
Didn't get any crits on the daggers on the PA, unfortunately. That's yeah, very unfortunate. Because that Earth Spirit can take damage because he has the Corrosive Haze on him. Like, that was sad. But, what does he have on Sven now? There's somebody coming on the couriers, an AC. Oh, he's gone Silver Edge. Okay. Good. 20 minutes, he has Phase Boots Mom, Silver Edge BKB.
Jeez.
My god.
He's almost at the point of having 1,000 net, you know, GPM.
Mm-hmm. Oh, Eurus. Oh, dear.
There's the Yules. Gobble up, spit out. Now that spit out actually puts him into the Split Earth. They both get stunned. They lose Eurus. They'll lose Yang. 2 Eurus dead. They just get themselves Jinkyu. But that is not an affordable trade that you can make.
Oh, good spit out.
Boy, this is going to be another kill now on Somnus. They'll run over and potentially get Ancient Apparition, but they've already called GG.
Oh, no, it's GBG. Good bad game.
Great bad game.
Great bad game. Oh, that was a stomp. They have a 21k lead at 21 minutes. Speak up, like
that's 1,000 net worth per minute that they were grabbing, and it all comes off the back of that. Just 2 kills on Eurus bottom. Nothing to say. Opens that game up so well. You know, uses that haste to his advantage, and that was crazy. Like, that, it was just so well done by them.
And it all comes down to that bot fight before, though, at the start of the game when the Lesh came in really early on, at like the 6-minute mark or something. Like, ever after, like, since that fight, they were just